Would you agree when you're fighting a 200-pound opponent in judo, it feels like you're fighting a grizzly bear? And it's extra exhausting too. Like, you have to work extra harder to pull him, to like drag him down to grab top grip. By the time it's like 1 minute in, you're already panting while the 200-pound opponent is just like chilling. In this video, I'm going to show you the grappling dummy workout that actually enabled me to perfect my technique, my main throws, which allowed me to give these 200-pound opponents hell in matches. So facing 200-pound opponents felt like a brick wall. Like, my throws just wouldn't budge. Especially the more skilled they are. Like, they actually understand how to manipulate their weight to their advantage, versus if you're just fighting like more of an inexperienced 200-pound opponent. Those guys are a bit more easy to fight, but not completely easy as somebody around your weight. When I started judo, I was training twice a week because that was the availability at that dojo, and luckily there was a wide variety of weight, in the dojo. There were guys lighter than me, guys around my weight, guys heavier than me, so I got the chance to go with a variety of different weights. But I just felt like my skill wasn't gonna progress at the rate I wanted to. I had a competition coming up 5 months into my start of judo, and going twice a week, especially at the level that dojo wasn't enough. So it led me to look into how I could improve at home, how I could design a home judo workout. So I did a lot of uchikomi bands, exercise with literally any type of resistance band you find. It led me to buying a grappling dummy. So I just picked up a grappling dummy on Amazon, and I bought it. I stuffed it with old clothes. I put 2 poles, like old broomsticks, in to act as bones, and I put a gi on it, and boom, I practiced hundreds and hundreds of uchimata uchikomis, osotogari uchikomis, hundreds of throws until I perfected it. And I went to practice as well. That's the thing. You can't just throw your grappling dummy and expect to get good. Sure, it's gonna really hone in your skills from your footwork, your kazushi, and your hip placement, but it really, really is important to be going to the dojo and doing your randori minimum twice a week, because it kind of synergizes both the grappling dummy work you're doing and real life scenarios together. It's just something powerful happens when you do them together, because the beauty of in-person training is it allows you to practice, to actually implement all the hundreds of reps you're doing on your main throw. In this case, let's say it's uchimata, you're working on it on a real person, and it's just honestly a magical thing. With your grappling dummy, you could do either 25, 50, 75, or if you're a beast, you can do 100 reps, 100 throws with the dummy. So when I first started, I loved uchimata, right? I wanted to master uchimata. I loved watching Ono Shohei do it. I thought it was really cool how he was so flexible with it. He could bring his head all the way to the ground, and I wanted to master that. So I'm even to this day, I'm still practicing my flexibility, but that's topic for a different video. I do believe the more flexible you are, the better osotogari you'll have, the better haraigoshi you'll have, the better uchimata you'll have. A lot of throws, right? So I just did hundreds of uchimatas. With the reps, it really, really improved the rate at which I could land uchimata in person as well. I just mastered it super quickly. And yeah, I was a 19-year-old college kid living at home, so I had all the time in the world to do hundreds of reps. So if you're, like middle-aged and you have a job, you have commitments, family, maybe you could hit the lower range of 25 to 50 throws. But if you're gonna do like the lower range, at least do it every other day, consistently, for 90 days. See, I did this, I treated it like a fight camp, because I knew I had a competition coming up, so I did not miss a day. I trained every freaking day. And I noticed on periods of fight camp, when I had a competition coming up, say of like 90 days, I would train like everything. I'd go to the dojo twice a week for 90 days. I'd go to the gym every week for 90 days. I'd do my cardio twice a week for 90 days, and the grappling dummy like every other day for 90 days straight. That's 3 months. And I'm telling you, if you're consistent for at least 3 months with this, you will reach the next level. This is what takes your judo from intermediate to advanced, is really that dialing in that consistency, but doing the right stuff. And what does that look like? Grappling dummy training, going to the gym and doing your strength work, going to the dojo and doing randori twice a week. Those 3 things are your key to reaching the next level of your judo in 3 months. As long as your grappling dummy is like 30 pounds minimum, you'll still get like, you'll develop explosivity, especially the harder you throw. You want to throw that thing with all your might and really work on those fast twitch muscle fibers, the uchimata muscles, you know, the muscles that are activated when you do the throw. And you'll see when you fight against 200-pound opponents, you can actually throw them, you know, with practice. But you have to be going a lot to randori. You got to actually be practicing the actual thing. You got to spar, guys. A lot of you guys are afraid to spar. Like, you go, especially the newbies, you go to the dojo, but then when it's time to spar, do randori, you sit out, or you don't participate as much as you know you should. And I feel you. Like, it is like a primal anxiety thing, but I'm telling you guys, when you put yourself in discomfort, A, you will never regret doing it, and B, it'll only make you stronger. And we're all there to practice, guys. The opponent you're facing is just as scared as you, so get a reward from it. Don't be afraid. I was afraid, but through constant exposure therapy and putting myself in that high anxiety state, that's where I got rid of all that anxiety. So there's facing your fears is the only way to get over it. Seriously. So initially, I couldn't get the dummy to stand upright, so I had to do a lot of modifications to it. Again, I had to stuff it even more with clothing to make it more dense, and I stuffed 2 broomsticks in the legs to help it stand upright. Over 2 years, it ripped a lot because I bought like a crappy synthetic leather one, so I had to duct tape the rips. Stuff like that, just make some personal mods. But then as I was learning my uchimata the first week, I was going too off to the left side, and it was kind of like a ken-ken uchimata, until I realized you really have to center yourself. Get both of your feet in between that triangle, which is in between the legs, and pull the sleeve hand to the point where his elbow is under your chin level. Not like literally here, but like at least here, not here. Elbow should be at the chin level. And that's how you'll have amazing kazushi, and bring that lapel close to your ear. And then you just get your hips and you combine all those things, you will have an amazing uchimata. And I did that. I just picked up on those little nuances to perfect my throw. Guess how? Through hundreds and hundreds of reps of throwing the grappling dummy with this drill. And this applies to seonage, this applies to ogoshi, osotogari, taiotoshi, tomonage, whatever throws you want to do, it works on the grappling dummy. But you got to remember to also go to practice and implement this same drill. Take advantage of nagekomis, take advantage of randori when you're doing it in person, guys. After literal weeks of practice, guys, because this drill I learned fast. After weeks, 5 months into my judo journey, I had my first competition. I got 2 ippons from uchimata, and I won first place. But even after that tournament, I remember I would fight my friend a lot, who was around like the 190, close to 200 pounds, and I threw him a couple times during randori. It was different, guys. Like my skill was a lot different after I went through this grappling dummy training versus when I started. Like my judo was just different. I was so much better. Like my sensei was looking at me like, Joey, where'd you learn all of that? I was like, at home, baby. Then, I progressed. I got yellow. They gave me a yellow belt after that competition, and then they actually skipped orange. So I went from yellow belt to green belt after a couple months from my first competition, because they noticed how quickly I was progressing and how fast I was getting the hang of throws, because I was working on them so much at home with the grappling dummy. It's not rocket science, guys. It's like that 10,000 hour rule of mastery. If you put in the work, if you do hundreds of reps, if you do 10,000 hours of like working on a skill, you will master it. It's not that hard, guys. Just put in the time and you will master it. And don't worry about your form. Like you're probably worried, oh, am I doing a throw right? Trust me, if you watch like my videos on how I perform them and you say you're a complete newbie and you do it and you try your best to mimic the way like it's supposed to be done, the actual throw in the right form, I promise you, the more reps you do, you get closer to like 50 reps, 70 reps in a single session, you will get better every like 10 reps. Trust me, every 10 reps, you're gonna like notice something new, little nuances, little details about your form, like what makes a throw work versus what makes the throw look crappy. But you'll only ever discover it through actually doing this workout. So guys, I have a one-on-one coaching mentorship where I actually coach my clients through this exact routine that I developed for myself over the years of my judo journey these last 7 years. And we give them a customized judo workout plan with everything that has to do with becoming an advanced judo athlete. If you want to take your judo from intermediate level to advanced, first thing in the description to book a call with me, and we'll see if you're qualified to join my one-on-one mentorship. All right, guys, comment down below if you're gonna try this workout. I really want you guys to try this drill. Buy yourselves a grappling dummy, guys. I've been preaching this since like like February of 2025. Comment down below if you're gonna buy a grappling dummy. Message me on Instagram, and I'll send you a list of the ones I recommend. At Joey Gonzalez is my Instagram. Please, 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 if you're serious about becoming an advanced judoka and taking your judo to the next level and being the best athlete you can, you need a freaking grappling dummy, man. Unless you live in like Japan and you're like a dedicated athlete and you train 6 times a week, you probably don't need one. But let's be honest, most of us are like 23 to 50 years old and we don't have that luxury of having a dojo available all the time. So if you still want to improve your throws, you need a grappling dummy. Put a gi on it and practice your throws hundreds of times. And I promise you, you're gonna get so freaking good, you're gonna be throwing heavier guys. That's all I got for you. Again, if you want to skyrocket your judo progress even faster with my help, first link in the description, book a call with me and we'll see if you're a good fit for my mentorship. In the meantime, I'll see you in this next video.